to love. How simple to walk in love. And the world will not understand when you make a choice to walk away from a sure thing, when you're following your heart in love. It's a very hard thing to change, the inner payoff. The payoff being the life of my spirit, my love, my higher self. The Christ will be formed in me as it was formed in Jesus. That payoff, rather than the worldly payoff. I believe that when Jesus came, the detachment from matter was so difficult for most of the people. And that's why he always said, if you're going to follow me, you have to be willing to give up everything. Anything that is more important than the life and love of God within you keeps you from the life and love of God within you. And that is still the same today. We have to be willing to follow our guidance, to follow our heart into that inner payoff. And you know, we love people, we love things, we love silly things, we love. And we think we have to give up what we love. But if God is love, we're opening up the door to greater love. You know, when he said, if you're selfish, do good to others, do unto others what you would have them do unto you. If you want good coming back at you and you start doing good to people from a selfish reason, I'm doing good to people because I want good coming back to me, I'm from a selfish reason, that good will eventually lead you to love. And then you're in the broader spectrum. When I was a little girl, I was taught that it didn't matter how good you were. I was taught this. You may think it's crazy, but it doesn't matter how good you are or how much you love. If you're not saved, you're going to hell. And that's what I was told. And I remember crying, talking to my mom, and saying, "What? How can that be true? And what about Moses and all the guys in the Old Testament? Did they go to hell? Because they didn't know Jesus. How can this be true?" And her answer was, we just don't know. We have to trust that God knows what he's doing. And it just made no sense to me. If our God is love, and what did Jesus say? Did he say, accept me as your Lord and Savior? He said, act loving. Act loving. Make kindness a priority. Walk with integrity and honor your inner spirit. Become that light that I am. The light you see in me can be in you. And that was the message that he brought. So, our first step in metaphysical Christianity is truly understanding it is really not about being saved. And you all know this. You created your mess, you get to clean it. That's the law. You can invoke the law of grace and get some assistance and help. But the reality is the law of cause and effect is in motion. You created a cause, the effect will come back. You can ask for the divine to help, but it's still going to return. We need to be creating with love. Our Creator is parent, and Christ came to show us how to become a child of God. And it is about love. So I want you to take a moment just to think with me. How often do you reflect on your soul? How often do you sit back and think, how many lifetimes have I been here? And how many more do I want to come? How often when you go to do your work or your business do you say to yourself, I hope I'm really accomplishing something for my soul today? Or, boy, this is a really interesting challenge I've created for myself. I hope my soul's really getting something here. Because it's not comfortable. You know, we still have our viewing point on the earth plane instead of the higher light, instead of our spirit. When we can sit and feel God within us, we feel our perfection. And we don't have to do anything. Do you know what I'm talking about? We need to feel that as we walk on the earth. So let's open up our souls today. Put your feet on the floor. Our Father, Mother God, we ask that your light just pour into this room. And I ask that the doors to the kingdom of the soul open to all who are here. And just breathe and feel a beautiful light coming over you. Feel that beautiful essence of your spirit. I am bigger than this moment in time. I am bigger than my perception of self. I have come and gone many times. And I open to the vibration of my experiences, who I am. And just breathe and feel the energy opening around you. And you may become aware of different energies, different ideas, different thoughts. But I want you to feel in the midst of this soul of yours, I am good. I am good. And breathe that energy through all the experiences you've had. I am good. And now imagine you can lift up a beautiful column of light. And just allow yourself to go into God presence. The pure in heart see God. Feel no judgment within you. Feel that you are good. And just lift into the presence of God, and whatever visual comes is perfect for you. This is your space. Your eternal nature lies here. Feel the camaraderie, the union, the love and the acceptance. And as you feel that deep peace, be aware that you're drawn almost immediately back to the earth, wanting to do good, wanting to bring that light to matter, wanting to be conscious. Feel the love of God with you. Take a breath and just feel yourself coming back into this body. And as you do, feel the body beginning to expand. I am not here for the worldly payoff, which is temporary. I am here for the payoff of my soul. And just feel that beautiful love pouring from your heart, moving out into your world. Feel the presence of Jesus Christ by your side. Teach us to walk that walk of love and acceptance. And take a breath. And you can gently open your eyes. Such a simple message, eh? You could see the history that is represented in this room. You would be in awe of one another. If you could see all the great things you all have done, all the kindnesses, all the goodness, all the triumphs, and all the challenges. You would spend the next week high-fiving one another and saying how good you've done. It's time for us to lift. To really be in our hearts, our minds and spirits, what we believe.